We are going to do science today, and this is probably going to be the last lesson that you get on beavers. Yay! I'm sure you're so happy about that. You have learned so much about beavers, and you've learned what adaptations they have on their body to help them survive in their environment. You have learned what they eat, what they do to build their lodges and to build their dams. What are the purpose of the lodges and the dams? You've learned so much. Today, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to give me or give someone in your home more than one example of the ways beavers change and affect the land around them. This is kind of like how this is all coming together. How do beaver engineers affect the landscape in which they live? Okay. So I'm going to start the lesson by showing you this picture. This is a picture of a key and a stone. You should be saying to yourself, why is there a picture of a key and a stone when we are learning about beavers as engineers and how they affect the landscape? Well, oftentimes scientists call beavers an example of a keystone species. Keys open up and lock your homes in order to keep things safe. Okay? Stones keep things in place. They hold things in place. They are stable. They are strong. So a keystone species like beavers, and there are other examples, let's go to the next one, are very important to their environment. If they were to die out, other species would die out as well. Animals and plants depend on keystone species like beavers. That is why they are so important, okay? Other animals and plants depend on them. They are essential to the environment in which they live. Okay, so remember, our learning target is you should be able to tell someone how beavers change and affect the environment around them. They are a keystone species. So let's take a look at how exactly they are a keystone species. I'm going to show you this quick little picture, and I want you to take a minute and to look at it. So I know it's hard to read the words. These are the beavers in their lodge, but when beavers build their dams, the water pools up into a pond, and they need this pond in order to survive. It creates wetlands. It creates lots of fish. And who eats fish but birds? So birds come from all over the place to eat the fish that have accumulated inside this pool. Other mammals like deers and raccoons come to the pond to drink the water and to eat the fish. Birds lay their eggs in the nests from all of the twigs and the sticks that have accumulated all over around the wetland area. So these ponds really do create a whole entire new ecosystem or habitat. So I'm going to show you another picture that's probably a little bit, that's better, I think. That kind of demonstrates how beavers affect their landscape. Yes, they chop down loads of trees, okay? And tree enthusiasts may not like that. However, when they chop down the trees become homes for new animals. They become lookouts for woodpeckers and other birds. The sticks that they build their dam on actually act as a filter for the water. So the water from the pond goes through the dam and it gets filtered, meaning that rocks, mud, sediment, debris gets stuck in the beaver dam. And as the water goes down the stream, it becomes cleaner water. Frogs, toads, amphibians, dragonflies, all of these species come to the new pond created by the beaver dam, and they thrive and live and grow. So as a result of a beaver just making his dam or her dam, lots of other species benefit from that. It also kind of protects the water so that the water doesn't flood the surrounding areas. So there's lots of ways in which a beaver affects the landscape. New animals come and live and grow in that area. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second, and I want you to just think about all that I have said. Can you answer the question, how a beaver affects and changes the landscape around? Okay, remember the goal is to come up with at least 2 ways. So in your packet, Monday was a flex day, so Tuesday you should be looking at your packet. If you chose to look at it on Monday, it is what it is. But on the science activity is to engineer a dam. This is an optional activity. You don't have to do it, but it's a fun activity for you to do. Basically, what it says is that you can, gives you a visual, you can create using Legos or whatever other materials you have to create a dam and to pour water down a surface to see how that dam affects the water flow. Some examples that you might want to use are clay, Play-Doh, Legos. I am probably going to go outside with my kids and get a big bucket and put some sticks and mud and create a dam, fill it up with water and see how it works. I'm going to test it out with my own kids today because it's a kind of a rainy, yucky day. Today's Saturday. But this is a choice activity. It's an optional activity. If you want to construct a beaver dam to see how the water flows, this is totally up to you. It's on page 9 of your packet. Okay, so finally, this is the last beaver video I am going to show you. I want you to watch it. It takes all of the information that we have learned so far about beavers and it puts it into one clip. And this is going to help you as you go forward and as we wrap up this unit. I want to thank everyone who looked at my other videos and who made nests and diagrams of birds. You did a wonderful job, boys and girls. I'm really, really proud of you all. So let's take a look at this video.
The sugary layer underneath. They've been gnawing through forests for 20 million years. Felling trees with your teeth takes great strength, skill, and patience. One technique is to slice halfway through and let the wind do the rest. The beaver's incisors are strengthened with iron, which makes them orange. They grow continuously and even self-sharpen. The pond makes it easier to move around the heavy logs they need to build their dams. Out of the water, it's a struggle. Stones help weigh down the base. The whole family works together, carefully interlocking the timber.
No.
They dredge mud from the pond bottom to seal the dam. Each pond traps several inches of sediment every year, so there's plenty of it. The young act as apprentice builders, learning the tricks of the trade.
Chubby.
The final results are impressive.
Look at that.
In the Rocky Mountains, beaver dams slowly filter billions of tons of water.
That's what I said. Remember?
The ponds build up soil and nutrients and help prevent floods and droughts.
So the ponds sometimes spill over onto the river, onto the banks of the pond, and when the water gets into the ground, it creates very fertile land, full full of nutritious and fertile soil for things to grow and thrive. So to wrap all of this up and to go back to the beginning, how do beavers affect and change the land around them? You should be able to give me more than one example of this. And that's it. So thanks so much, everyone, for all of your dedication and for being independent learners. And that's it. You are now experts on beavers. Yay! All right. See you soon.